Hello everyone, thank you for joining the video. It's Colette Shumpert, transitional life coach to mothers who have lost their children and are trying to find life afterwards. Today is number 3 of 7 options for healing after the loss of a child. The third option today is self-care. It's taking some time for you. And I know for mothers that is something that is very difficult, because when you're a mother, you continually give. And it's almost foreign to us to just take care of ourselves. And so today we're going to just dabble in taking care of yourself after the loss of a child. One of the first things that I would like to say is that for those who are grieving and it's new and it's something that just recently happened, or and even those who it may be 20 years, I think this is a valid statement. When the smoke clears, you find out exactly kind of where you are in grief. And I'm going to tell you what some of that looks like. That looks like, I don't want to take a bath today, but I'm a person who does that every day. I don't want to go to the grocery store. I can eat cereal all day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Or I don't eat at all. I haven't washed in weeks when I wash every other day. Yeah, that's when the smoke clears. The smoke clears, the people are gone, and their lives have went on, and yours, you now have to contend with the loss of a child. In that, we have to find a way to deal with and take care of ourselves. There is a season that happens, and one of the things that I'd like to say first is that when you get to that stage, number one, allow someone to help you. Allow your friends to do exactly what they said when they were around. Call me if you need me. When you're at that stage, you need some help. You can call upon the people you can trust, those who know how to do what you may need and move on, because you may still want to be alone, but the things still need to be done. The second thing that you can do is to try and do some walking. Walking will help your mindset. It will allow you to breathe some. It will allow you to have the conversations that you are having just in your mind. But when you have them in movement of exercise, it's a different feeling. It's almost as if there is a release. So number 2 is maybe you want to take up some walking or some type of yoga or exercise, something that will allow your mind to do some meditation through movement. I call it physical venting. You will be able to maybe work off some anger, work off some fear, work off some anxiety through the movements in which you can partake in light of the loss that you have suffered. One of the other things, the third thing that you have to make sure is that you are sleeping, that you're getting the proper rest. The exercise will help with sleeping if you opt to do that as part of an option. But also maybe reading, taking some warm tea at night, meditating in prayer before you go to sleep or before you lay down, that you might be in a calm state where you can sleep with some kind of peace. The fourth thing that I would like to say that you could do is finding some things that you like to do. What is it that you put down that you are no longer doing? What is it that maybe if you have other children that they like to do, that you enjoy doing with them? Maybe their nature walks, things you haven't probably done before, taking an art class, doing some type of paintings, maybe traveling somewhere you haven't been. Those things will really help clear the mindset. It will rejuvenate your thoughts, because when you lose a child, the mind is something that almost feels as if it's can be your worst enemy in some spaces and stages of grief. And so doing those new things will generate new thoughts, will generate some type of energy that will be beneficial to you every single day. The other thing is that you have to make sure that you're eating well. You have to make some choices to eat. For some, you may not eat at all, depending on what stage you're in. I find myself at anniversaries and birthdays going through this stage where I don't want to eat. I don't want to talk on the phone. I don't want to deal with people. I just want to stay at home in my room. And it's been 4.5 years. I accept those stages of grief for myself, but I will say that there is a time that I call upon those who will encourage me, those people who will stop by or take me out to dinner. Again, I'll say we have to allow the people to play the roles through our transitions with losing a child. And there is no limitations to the time. I'll say that again, and I've said it in the last 2 videos. There is no specific amount of time. I've met people who have been 20 years later and still have some of the same issues that I meet people who have, it's been 3 months. And so I just want you to know that you have to take care of yourself. It is a priority, a necessity, and I know that the loss is huge. I know that it is almost unbearable. I know that it is not easy, but you have to take care of yourself in order to continue to care for the people in your life, your children, life after your loss, the legacy of your child, that things that you have not yet even thought about. So I encourage you today to take care of you in spite of your loss. It's Colette Shumpert, Transitional Life Coach for mothers who have lost their children and are trying to find their way for life afterwards. Everyone have a blessed day. Thank you for joining, and please share with anyone you know who may need to be encouraged through this third option.